Every good story has a character who doesn't necessarily push the story forward, but who somehow holds it together. Not just in the stories we read, but in real life. Welcome back to this Journey Inside. I'm Andy Phillips. Families are stretched right now. At the heart of my novel, In Jake's Shoes, a family is stretched. They need someone to hold it together, to make it easier to pause and take a breath. So today's episode has a slightly different feel because I want it to revolve around the character who helps us to understand the heart of the story. As in real life, the kind of character who doesn't have to be the loudest person in the room or be the life of the party, but once they show up, things feel steadier somehow. What I'd like to do is introduce you to Millie. She happens to be Jake's mother. She's the kind of person many of us recognize right away because we've known a Millie or needed one or even are one. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you something. Who's the Millie in your life? The person who didn't need credit, the one who always showed up when things were messy, who gave you space without making a fuss about it. Maybe, just maybe, you're the Millie in someone else's life. I truly believe in stories and in families, Millies are essential. I think this is why she's so current right now. Sometimes it feels like everyone's talking and nobody's really listening. Millie can tell when someone needs thinking time, not a speech. For you see, the Millies in our life don't need to be the hero, but they are the ones who quietly steady the moment when emotions run high. Because strength doesn't always have to sound strong, it can sound calm, like patience, like let's slow down and take this one step at a time. The Millies in our life notice things other people miss. I have to share that I do think about the times as a dad when I wish I'd been more like Millie. There was a time when we decided to move to a new town. Our daughters clearly didn't want to go. The image of those sad faces in the back seat as we drove off can't be unseen. You see, my first impulse was to explain or defend the decision. You know, all those why we needed to reasons. And maybe we did need to, but that's not what they needed to hear first. They needed me to notice what was behind their feelings. Leaving friends, fear of the unknown, and at its most heart-wrenching, the we're not ready. I think this is a big part of where Millie came from for me. I wanted to create a character who didn't rush in with answers, but did ask a lot of the right questions. So without giving too much away, here's a bit more insight into the Millie in Jake's Shoes. For her husband, Marshall, and her son, Jake, she's the kind of person, wife and mother, who knows how to read a room. She listens first. Millie understands Jake in a way that doesn't require fixing him. And she understands Marshall doesn't require fixing either, because she knows that the something that is broken isn't an object or a thing. It's a relationship. Her husband and her son are struggling on a journey to find each other, while she struggles to find a way of giving them both space. She's no hero, but she does have a superpower. It's her capacity to pay attention, maybe the greatest gift one character can give another. Here's a small takeaway you can try this week. The next time things get a little tense, at home, at work, anywhere, before you jump in, ask one steadying question. What do you need right now? If that's more than you want to tackle, ask, do you want any advice or for me just to listen? And if that sort of stalls out at the moment, try it again later. You know, do that reset thing. As this podcast grows and In Jake's Shoes moves closer to publication, I want you to know that I've been thinking about everyone who joined us early, listening and following and supporting me. So I want to say thank you for spending time with me and with Millie today. I hope you'll choose to get to meet her. And if Jake's Millie did make you think of someone, please send this episode to your Millie. I'd like to think it might be a thank you they didn't have to earn. I hope you'll continue to join me on the journey inside and allow me to share a little bit about myself as an author, a storyteller, and a dreamer. So, until next time, take care and remember,
Books are an adventure, you can journey anywhere. Just reach out and turn the pages. Begin to read and enjoy.